your girl, Javy. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for this Mercury motherfucking retrograde in Gemini during Gemini season 2021. I'm fully in Gemini energy. I've actually, the whole reason this is so late is because I've been having so much fun mingling and actually having a goddamn great time by myself, dancing. So, Gemini seasons, there are updates, darling. There's updates, yes. From now on, the whole video will be accessed on Patreon. YouTube will only be getting the first portion of the video, and it's gonna come out late. Your girl done fucked around and figured out her worth. So I love you. I hope you fuck with me a long way. Cause this is what we doing. This is the wave. So Gemini season videos will be found on Patreon. Feel free to subscribe. But also, if you're just wanting individual videos, you can check out my Vimeo page. All of the links to everything is in the description box, so check that out. For daily tarot readings, check out my Instagram, justj_everything. And for the dope shit I do, my website, darling, justjeverything.com. The intro's getting longer, isn't it? It's interesting. Whew, okay, that means we doing shit. Either way, Mercury is in shadow and or retrograde the majority of May. So that's a thing. We've already been feeling it. It really officially retrogrades May 29th through June 22nd. And it retrogrades at 24 degrees Gemini. Part of me is thinking about busting out the handy dandy, but now that I'm in it, I don't feel like doing it. But I do advise everybody to check out Elias Lonsdale's Inside Degrees. It is a fucking gem. I gotta check the girls, darling, because they've been falling out in this tub. I gotta check the girls. Anyway, Mercury governs the mind, communication, intellect, reason, language, technology, and Gemini and Virgo. So those placements are going to absolutely be more deeply impacted than, the rest of us. But get used to the glitch, the stuttering, miscommunication, arguments, unnecessary debates. That full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, I'm sure made everybody say at least one thing that they probably fucking regret. So there is definitely speaking too much, speaking too soon, things of that nature is going on. But either way, we're all able to prepare for this by being really honest with ourselves and everyone else about our current state of mind. A lot of things can be avoided if you're just like, hey, I'm not feeling good. Hey, I'm on my period. Hey, let's just not, I'll get back to you when I can. Whatever it is, if you can't hold space, don't let people dump on you, ultimately. And it's just coming up that I also feel like this is a great period of time depending on who you are and know your audience, of course, but I think this is a great time to write things versus talking about things. Depending on your placement, some of you it just may be easier to write things out, easier to text things. Of course, yes, your tone can be misconstrued during a text. But like I said, know your audience. And I think that little extra moment of consideration that we always give for people's tone may slip away. So there is this need to remember that. Consider things before Consider who's saying it before you decide to be hurt. That sort of energy is what comes up. I just feel like this is the only time that's what I wrote. It's the only time I suggest over texting or over explaining if you must. It's just like, because some things just aren't going to make sense. And you just may get frustrated at the need to do that. But if I'm going ahead and preparing you to overstate, to over enunciate, over explain, sugarcoat, really take those moments to like think about things before you say them, and also take the moments to like check in with yourself. Hey, how do I feel right now? Do I feel like fucking talking about this? Is this probably going to end badly if I talk about this right now? That kind of energy. And that's just being responsible. So that's my take on it. It's just like, let's be responsible. But this retrograde is for sure gonna make you wanna like say some shit. Some stuff's gonna need to be said. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to motherfucking say. Sagittarius, a full moon eclipse made sure of that. I'm really sassy. That's some of the energy that's like coming up right now as well. But I would love to do multiple, each sign, but I need to crank out some stuff. And I've actually been delaying things because the energy has felt so good. It's felt so good, and so I hope you're feeling good. Hydrate. Smoke it if you got it. So we are asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages. It's interesting because I feel like some of you have had encounters or arguments that have needed to be had. Like, that is one thing. 4 of Wands. First card out. There is a need to have fun. I feel like don't let this keep you from going out. Don't let this, a lot of people have like really built up this fear around Mercury retrograde, and you're not wrong, but also it's like you also can't let anything keep you from living your fucking life. And so I do feel like 4 of Wands coming up, first card, it's really important the world is opening up. I do feel like things are getting social. Like this is often like a wedding event, a gathering, things of that nature. I do feel like some of you are going to a lot of events, going to festivals, planning events, needing to come together to like create new events. For people, maybe this could be retreats or music classes, ecstatic dance, things of that nature. Just something definitely with movement. It's interesting because I just said I was dancing for like the last fucking hour. I have not been able to start videos because I have such good music that's been coming to me lately that I just have been dancing by myself. And it's, Jesus, I'm gonna be single forever because I just have so much fun with myself. That's such a bad thing. Jeez. But at the same time, I fucking wish that for everybody. Have so much motherfucking fun with yourself that your lover's gonna have to compete with you to get your time. It's gonna have to be more fun than you. Also, I feel like there's wedding talks coming up. Some of you maybe some of you are just planning on events, but it's like, stop planning about stuff, do it. I know, I also don't feel like, yes, during Mercury retrograde, you're not supposed to be investing a lot of things, but I do feel like you can't, Mercury is short trips too. I feel like Gemini is, the third house is, short road trips. Why can't I say the fucking word? Anyway, like the opposite of long distance travel. Short distance. Anyway, 4 of Wands, 2 of Wands, and what we are using is the Light Seers Tarot this time. I just wanted to switch shit up. That's Mercury, that's Gemini. Time to switch shit up. Don't be afraid to flow. Don't be afraid to find new messages and new things. Don't be afraid to use new tools. Don't be able I also feel like there is a lot of things like with flow here. I know a lot of people that care about me, I love you all, are into flow art and have some sort of flow toy, or it's important for everybody to find your own flow. Be it poi, contact staff, dragons, like whatever it is for you, hoop, fucking rope darts, like whatever it is, there is something you need. Yoga, Pilates, pole, aerials, whatever it is, there is a need. Okay, that is actually a message that came through. Thank you, and I forgot to tap into that. I was feeling really strongly about a way to evade issues during this Mercury retrograde period is by physicality, is by getting really active, using your physical body, going outside, even going on a hike, going for a walk, picking up a new regimen, picking up a new workout routine, even just fucking dancing. That I worked up a sweat. There is something about just, if you don't want to go to Zumba, or if you don't want to go outside, but you have a nice sound system and you can just fucking dance in your house, dance till you sweat. Dance like you were in high school at the fucking club with your girls or with your guys, like what, or your people, whatever. Fuck gender. But like, you know what I'm saying? There is something about like movement. Every person, there's 3 people out, or 3 people pictured so far, and everyone is in motion. Everyone is in movement. This is not a period where it's just like, oh, communication could be fucked up, so I'm not going to talk to anybody. Or technology could be fucked up, so I'm not going to use technology. Or I'm not going to prepare myself and back things up. Back up your computer, back up your phone, do all of the things that you need to do. Like to secure your technology, so that is a thing. But I do feel like this period is going to be showing you what balls are in the air that don't need to be in the air. What are you juggling that you don't need to be juggling anymore? Are you feeling juggled? Have you been juggling people and you're tired? Some of you, I just heard, I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. I don't know. Sorry. Not sorry. Fucking love that song. And some of you may be feeling that. Some of you may have thought that you were going to really be like young, wild, and free this summer, but then there could be someone, Queen of Pentacles just came out. Then there could be someone that is really grounded and has their shit together and does well for themselves financially. Queen of Pentacles is also, I feel like, someone that's very aware of their self-worth. But that's something that's coming up too. For Mercury retrograde, a part of that being able to say like, hey, that doesn't work, gotta check the girls. Hey, I don't have time for that, or I don't have the emotional capacity to have this conversation. The Queen of Pentacles is A-okay saying that. Get like her, where it's just like, hey, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy. I also feel like during this retrograde, it's a very big time to reflect. And what we need to be reflecting on is our habits, our hygiene. I haven't showered today. I didn't put on deodorant either. But I also I let my fluids flow. I haven't shaved in over a fucking year. Like, it's all natural around these parts. But there is something about finding your flow, feeling really comfortable with yourself, feeling really comfortable in your skin, in your clothes. I do feel like some of you have been, maybe something was said that has made you care more about materialism than normal, or you may have been caring about your aesthetic a little bit more. I do feel like some of you, if you are in some sort of performance experience or something, the aesthetic really does matter, and you do need to create cohesion or something there, whatever that means for whoever. But there is also maybe there may be somebody coming in with heavy Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements that, or just someone that's really fiscally responsible, that's really grounded, that like knows, that has like an air about them. This Queen of Pentacles is not the same as the other Queen of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite. And this comes out, I do feel like some of you are just feeling really confident about yourself. And I do feel like in that confidence, or part of that confidence, wow, okay. Part of that confidence that comes in is you finding a flow by way of speaking your truth in a very like calm, concise, collected way. There is not a need, I'm telling you that, whatever that fucking quote was, where it's like, an argument is just two people reaching or racing to victimhood, or some shit like that. It's something like that. But it's just like, understand why you're feeling triggered versus arguing. Like, take a beat, take that. There is something about that beat. There is something, there's even drums pictured here, a tambourine. Rhythm, find that rhythm whenever you're angry or you're upset or you feel offended or you feel, it's just like, take a beat and remember that Mercury is in shadow or retrograde until June 22nd. And then there is this like, what do I know about this person? Do I know them to be harmful? Do I know them to be sharp? Do I know them to be mean? Are they having like maybe a bad day? I've been off lately. Do I need to take this personally? I feel like that's the fucking theme of this, is like, how personally do I need to take this? The Queen of Pentacles is sitting in the middle, looking really unscathed, highly unbothered. I do feel like there is something about everybody being so interested in minding their own business that you don't have time or energy to get offended. I don't have time to get offended. I'm living my life. And that just made me think of another quote too. If you're easily offended, you are easily manipulated. There is something about finding your comfort, finding your security, understanding your worthiness, understanding your autonomy. Really, I also feel like making really responsible decisions. That's another thing too. Don't spend all your money on like traveling and festivals. Make sure that you are like, if you already know you're gonna be wilding out this summer, then go ahead and start working, like doing the other work to compensate for all the play that you want to do. Don't play yourself, prepare. There is this opportunity to just work hard and play hard and not be like, what the fuck, where's all my money at the end of it? The Emperor, by way of discipline, structure, autonomy, independence, really understanding what your gifts are, what your talents are, using your aggression in a productive way, and being able to manage your aggression, manage your drive, your understanding also that something about pace. Not everybody, the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles do not move at the same pace. And so there is this understanding of slowing down. I do feel like some of you, this is like, you may be, Two of Pentacles can be juggling, so you could just be dating. Some of you may be in open relationships or polyamorous, and there is maybe someone that's really grounded and someone that's really fiery, maybe a little bit older. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio. I feel like both contenders. It's just like there is something about pace. And I feel like the Emperor, it's interesting, like they actually, I think they do move at similar paces, But the Emperor makes grander moves, like bigger moves, grand gestures, versus like the Emperor will make very wide strides at a slow pace. Does that make sense? Versus the Queen of Pentacles, who's just like aware of their abundance and just slowly has always kind of been like this strong, steady, consistent kind of energy. And so there is a need, it's coming up big time to, even the Emperor is holding a chess piece. There is make sure you're playing chess, not checkers. Make sure that you plan ahead, that you plan ahead for the long haul, the Six of Swords. Some of you may be moving. Some of your dad may be moving. There may be a Aries moving, or Aries, Scorpio moving, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The people with those heavy placements that are, if you're not actually physically moving, or there may be information coming up about opportunities to travel, opportunities to move. But I do feel like anybody with heavy Aries, Scorpio placements are like moving out of tranquil waters, moving away from drama, moving away from earth placements, moving away from like certain career choices that no longer work for you. I feel paranoid. I want to check the fucking camera. We're at 21. That's not so bad. We're not bad. It's not bad. It's better than I thought. And there is this leaving the turbulent for the tranquil is what this feels like. Everybody, yes, this is a general reading, and all the messages are going to resonate for each of you differently at different times. You can watch this today and resonate with only two things, and then in June, the last week of June, all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, So there is just this need to keep your eyes open for opportunities to move towards peace. I do feel like there is, and it's like mainly, and even if it's not a physical move, there's something about like moving towards more peaceful places in your mind, moving out of tranquil waters. It's like getting, some of you, I just heard like you're letting your darkness lead you in the right way, actually. There is like a lot of you, I feel like, have finally confronted a shadow, or confronted some kind of darkness, or confronted your demons or your devil in some sort of way. And there has been like a healthy like understanding, or something happens where it's just like, I understand my shadow, I understand this darkness, and now it's able to lead you, it's able to guide you, it's able to help you find balance and alignment. Some of you, I feel like, especially with heavy fire placements, you're just like, or you may be understanding someone with heavy fire placements, like their darkness or their shadow, or seeing that. And there is something about like loving yourself unconditionally, no matter how many shadows you have, loving someone else unconditionally. But there is a certain need to stop denying the parts of yourself that you deem bad, or you deem dark, or it's like there is not, you can't just, like, you aren't an Instagram feed, you know what I mean? You can't just portray only goodness. You do not have only goodness in you. And so there is this need for everybody to really be aware of the balance. So collectively, what should we be focused on? What should we be focused on during Mercury retrograde versus outside of speaking our truth up front? Deep breaths. Ace of Swords. I feel like what we need to focus on is letting the divine lead, letting insight come in. Speak when you feel inspired to speak. Don't speak just to fucking talk. Don't just initiate things just to initiate. And that may be the way someone is thinking. I do feel like maybe some of you are waiting on a response or waiting on a reply or waiting on an apology or something of that nature. But I do feel like everything that you're waiting on is already locked up inside of your head, available to you. It's just a matter of you being willing to walk up that stairwell and really dive into your thought process. That is a lot of this shadow work that's taking place. And that's what I mean by like letting your darkness lead you. It's like this little breadcrumbs of depression I feel like I see. It's just like follow that shit. You need to figure out that's how shadow work, that's like a part of shadow work. It's just like really owning your shit. Seeing your ways, being willing to change your mind when you're confronted with a new train of thought or a new way of thinking or a truth about yourself or an opposing view. Because a lot of us don't know how to fucking debate anymore. We don't know how to agree to disagree. And I feel like some of you are needing to agree to disagree with yourself. Some of you are also needing to really allow yourself to the chariot. What did I say? I knew the chariot was going to come out. This is what I'm talking about, this light and this dark. Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is what I was talking about, this light and this dark, this balance. Letting this bitch. Okay. So these crows are leaving, these black crows leaving, coming up and showing this black, white, black. There is this binary that I feel like we have held ourselves to as far as like what is acceptable, what is okay, what's okay to show, how vulnerable can I be, how much should I say, what's too much, what's not enough. It's just like, when are we gonna like really free ourselves and just like let it out? I feel like really proud of the people who can just like say like, fuck you, and then like, you know, my bad, I didn't mean that, or my bad, like, I'm sorry, I love you, this is, I'm, you know, blah, 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 I'm having this day. Like, there is just a need to be able to like, say what you need to, say what you need to say what you need to say. I'm telling you, the chariot is just like, it's time to integrate. Even look at how the crows go from here to like, up into the swirl. There is this need to really, it's like, get to the root of your darkness. Don't stop just accepting, oh, I'm a Gemini or I'm an Aries, I'm just an asshole, like that's just me. It's just like, no, there's a fucking root to this. At some point we are supposed to be evolving. And I feel like there are opportunities coming in that are going to be painful for some if you don't really listen to your intuition. It's just like, there are opportunities coming in that are going to show us like our shadow and show us our role in the bullshit and the way that we have perpetuated the bullshit. And at some point you have to own your own darkness, but you have to understand that that darkness and those things that you don't like about yourself, the things you try to like not show other people, it's like they eventually come out, and they have to, because it's part of what's meant to help propel you forward. And it's like the people that are for you are gonna see your shadow and it not like, okay, all right, there's some stuff to like, we gotta work through, okay, you know. But at some point, it's just like, wow, Fool on the bottom of the deck when I pick this up. When I pick the home deck up. There is this new beginning that starts whenever you allow yourself to be done with the old version of yourself that thought very much so less of yourself, or was caging yourself, or holding on to painful words, or trying to win, wanting to, whatever it is, however it's manifested for you, there is a whole new like flock of thought, a whole new perspective that's available to you. Should you be so brave to look at the rising sun that's coming up ahead? Let's see where we're at in time. If I have time to clarify anything, I kind of want to clarify that Queen of Pentacles. 30 minutes, okay, not so bad. All right. I also feel like some of you, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, you may be feeling juggled by an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I do feel like, actually let's clarify Four of Wands. Please clarify the Four of Wands. Because there are things worthy of celebrating. There are good times to be had, is what I feel like. And it's time that you branch out, find your flow. Allow yourself to have fun. And whenever you do that, it's going to be, yes, I'm saying, also allow that movement, that dance we were talking about. I'd rather you not write a novella back and just dance or scream or cry, whatever it is, the headbang, or, like mosh with your pillows. There is something about movement that will be bringing in an influx of good health, opportunities, new beginnings. Some of you, I do feel like you are getting married, or you're planning a wedding during Mercury retrograde, and there is this, or planning an event of some sort, and there is a need to take your time. Don't rush anything. Understand that everything's going to happen when it's meant to happen. There's going to come a time when you're frustrated and you feel overwhelmed, and then you need to really take a look at everything. Are you taking on too much? Are you biting off more than you can chew? I know you want to be bold and you want to do new things, but it's time to be Queen of Pentacles style, realistic, and Emperor style, organized and driven about moving forward whenever you find yourself in those frustrated states. Alrighty, Two of Pentacles. What should we be juggling? Or actually, what don't we need to be taking on? Whoop! Five of Cups reversed. This is some old regret or sorrow or breakup or loss or death or grief. Some old coping mechanisms. I also feel like some of you are going to have to figure out how to party sober. Or you're going to have to really deal with any kind of substance abuse or drinking while you're around your friends, especially if you have heavy water, everybody is just like, there is going to be a point in time, but I'm going to say especially earth and water signs are going to really, earth, water, and fire signs. I'm sorry. So that's why I'm just saying everybody. It's just like, it's important that everybody really take a look at their consumption. Do you need to be fucked up to have fun? How fucked up do you need to be? How often? Is this eating into the budget? Are you like buying drugs over, like things like, you know what I mean? It's like, come on. It's not, some of you, I feel like there is a need to just like take a look at your habits, take a look at your spending habits, and make sure that you are not investing in like retail therapy or spending because you're sad, things of that nature. There is a need to, or drinking because you're sad, things of that nature. Be careful of escapism and like spending to feel something or to fill a void. Excuse me. Please clarify the Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to try to make this so quick, y'all. Queen of Pentacles. Are there any messages for the Queen of Pentacles? Definitely feel like everybody needs to get really confident in their skin, confident in their body, confident in their sexuality. The Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles are hella confident. Seven of Swords. Some of you, I feel like you may be feeling betrayed or having a breakthrough or breaking away from someone with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements, or heavy Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements. There is this need to, there could be separation that's just happening. I do feel like these two people, the earth and the fire, are looking in different directions. So there is a need to, it's like though you're hurt, you still need to be emotionally mature. Be careful of calcification of your emotions and your heart. Please clarify the Emperor. Yeah, Three of Swords. Yeah, definitely there are going to be some intense realizations and conversations that need to be had, and they need to be handled really maturely. Don't just go off intuition. You need to make sure that you have facts before you go pointing any fingers and anything. But I also feel like a lot of you, especially with heavy water and earth placements, are really looking at the ways that you've hurt other people, are really looking at the ways that you've betrayed yourself, and how to stop doing that, how to grow up, how to just stand stronger in your responsibility. Strength reversed. And it's funny, I saw the King of Wands reversed when I was shuffling. So there is definitely those of you with heavy Aries, Scorpio placements, there may be somebody with heavy Leo placements that you are feeling vulnerable about, or you're showing your heart to. I also feel like those of you, those of you who your father is still alive, check on your father in regards to heart health. If you can give, your parents or the Aries or the Scorpio or the father figure in your lives need some reminder sometimes. Yeah, especially if they live like at a distance from you. Some of you may be traveling to see. Oh, interesting. Maybe some of you are seeing like a heart specialist. Someone needs to see a heart specialist, and they may need to travel in order to do so. Also, I feel like in regards to any travel, you need to just be really, really organized. Don't bring what you don't need. Don't be flashy. Don't try to bring extra shit that you don't need. Just go and have a really heartfelt time. I do feel like people with heavy Aries placements, or the fathers and are around, are like really struggling with pride, really struggling with ego. There may be definitely issues with someone with heavy Capricorn or Aquarius placements or Leo placements, but there is an end to the cycle. I do feel like hearts are shown, vulnerability is needed to really resolve this and wrap this up. There is a need to relinquish control. If you are at a place where you're trying, please clarify the Ace of Swords. If you're at a place where you're trying to really resolve some conflict and wrap shit up, then it's really important that you let your guard down, set your ego aside, and that's all parties involved. It's not fair that the fire sign is the only one, or the earth sign is the only one, whoever. It's there's someone who's always shows their heart and they're tired of it. So there is a need for communication. Are there any messages for the Ace of Swords? I got a minute left before my computer will be mad at me about this. Emperor reverse. Some of you call your dad. Definitely. Page of Swords reverse. Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Call your dad. Don't pop off on your boss. You don't know what people, especially with Aries, Scorpio, or fathers or authority figures, you don't know what people are going through. So there is a need to really let yourself be vulnerable and let the light in. Sun, to clarify the Chariot. Cancer, Scorpio, really strong connections going on there that you are to work on. Let me see if I ran out of time, and I think I have. I love you. Mwah!